Hey, so I wanted to take some time and talk to you guys about some misconceptions I think people have about pharmacists, and that's just based on my regular experience as a pharmacist, but also today. So one of the big misconceptions I'd say people have about pharmacists is that we can kind of override whatever your doctor said, or we can just come up with a script out of nowhere. For example, if you went to your doctor and you mentioned that you wanted, I don't know, I'm going to say Ozempic. And your doctor's like, okay, yeah, I'll send that prescription over. And you come to the pharmacy, and the pharmacist says, hey, I don't have that prescription. And you're telling them, well, my doctor already said that I can have it. That's great. I still don't have a prescription for it. So I can call your doctor and try and facilitate that, but we don't have the authority to just give it to you. Or if you come and you're like, well, I'm completely out of my dose, in some circumstances, we can help you and give you a courtesy fill. But sometimes we really need for you guys to be your own advocates. As much as we want to be your advocate and your partner in health, sometimes it'd be helpful to have you guys also help. I had a lady one time, it about killed me. She said she was completely out of her, I think it was her blood pressure medication. And just so you know, if you run out of your blood pressure medication for a day or two, you're fine. You're going to be okay. A lot of people freak out. It's okay for a day or two. And she calls me and she's like, I'm completely out, as if she didn't know this days before, but suddenly it's, her lack of poor planning is now my emergency. And she's like, you need to call my doctor right now. Well, I have about 10 other patients in my face, in my drive-through, in my lobby that I'm trying to help with. And I said, okay, when I have a moment, I'll be sure to give your doctor a call, and I'm sure we'll get this straightened out, ASAP. And she goes, no, I need you to do it right now. I am completely out of my medication. And I said, okay, well, as soon as I hang up the phone with you, I'll go ahead and call. I understand that you're frustrated. And if you have a patient portal or anything, and you can also, reach out to your doctor as well. And I'm sorry, I keep looking around. I'm trying to fill prescriptions while I'm talking. I said, well, if you have a patient portal or if you can call, sometimes when we double tap, it gets things moving a little bit quicker. And this lady starts screaming at me, and she goes, you expect me to call my doctor about my medication? And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, well, I don't expect you to do anything. I would hope that if it's that dire, you would take a few minutes and also try and call your doctor about your medication. You're the one that's out. I'm not out of my medicine. You're out of your medicine. Why do I care more than you care? I don't know. These people, really, they confuse me. So that's one misconception. And on the opposite end, you have patients that, if you try and counsel them or talk to them about their medicine, they're like, well, you're not my doctor. Okay, but I'm your pharmacist. And, my license rides on all of these prescriptions. So if the doctor sent over something that I don't think that would work for what you're currently on, or interacts negatively, or if I even have a question, I have the right as your pharmacist to go ahead and ask the prescriber. We don't just fill anything that comes through our doors. And the fact that people think that we just throw a label on things and move on is insane to me. We have doctorates in pharmacy. I don't know why people think that doesn't mean a lot, but if it was that easy, then the technicians wouldn't need us. They would just be able to fill for you guys. So, I've been able to catch some really big drug interactions where doctors have actually called me and said, thank you so much for catching that. Like things that could have killed someone. So just a little bit there. So that's a misconception. Here's one big one. So as you guys know, I am a compounding pharmacist. My passion is compounding. And what is compounding? It's where you make medications. So some people have allergies to certain medications, or not medications, excuse me. They have allergies to like dyes, or they just straight up don't want synthetics and things like that inside of their medications. They don't want preservatives, things like that. Or they need a specific dosage, right? Um, that's really my passion, is trying to figure out, people that have been dealing with things for long amounts of times, and whatever's commercially available isn't working for them. Doctors have tried all kinds of things, nothing's working. Can we make something for this person, something custom for them? I love that. What I hate is when I get pushback from a provider that doesn't understand what compounding is, and they're saying, oh, well, compounding pharmacies, they're not FDA approved. We take FDA approved ingredients to make the compounds. We don't just pull them out of nowhere. We don't go on Amazon.com and buy the active ingredients and then just put it into a capsule and here you go. Like, I don't, I have a very high level of respect for compounders, for other pharmacists, obviously, but especially for the compounding side of things where we really dig into things. And so it's sad to me that so many patients aren't able to get those customized medications because providers are not interested in having conversations and listening to their patients, listening to new research, listening to really anything outside of what they already think that they know. And that doesn't go for all providers, obviously. I have many, many great providers, but you do have some. I have one lady, she can't take her thyroid medication because of all of the synthetics inside of it, and she hasn't been able to take it. It's making her sick. Her thyroid levels are crazy, and her doctor refuses to just give her a clean capsule with just the thyroid in it. Refuses to. He said, I don't know, I can't trust a compounding pharmacy. This lady's begging, she's crying. At this point, we're trying to find other doctors for her. I've been her biggest advocate. I've been calling around town to see who could take her in. We can get her levels checked. It's frustrating. But that's another thing about pharmacists. We can be your biggest advocates. I am always, the people at my pharmacy, I feel like I'm a true partner to them in their health. Now, sometimes I'm going to ask you to call your doctor with me, because everything can't ride on me. At the same time, I do have a job. But I do love it when I can actually help people and really see them start to thrive after years of not being able to get help, or having people feeling like they've been ignored in the system. Finally having someone who listens, who takes the time, walks through things with them. I don't know. Being a community pharmacist has always really spoken to me because I get a chance to talk to people, and I feel like right now I'm just living my dream. So anyways, I feel like that was a lot of ranting, so I'm sorry, but that's it. Bye.